Hello everyone, this is Oleg Shevtsov from PortaOne, and today in this video you're going to learn about an MVNO, about virtual mobile network operators, and you'll understand how to become an MVNO, how to launch a successful MVNO. So in this video we'll cover business models, monetizations, where MVNOs get money from, what virtual mobile operators typically offer to the end users, and how you can become a successful mobile service provider or an MVNO. Okay, so let's start. So what's the virtual mobile operator? Virtual mobile operator is a company that sells mobile services to the end users without having base towers, without having radio access, without having a lot of mobile core equipment. So virtual operators do not have this. They do not need base towers, radio, investing into the expensive radio access and so on. They use it. They use existing infrastructure from ordinary mobile operators, normal mobile operators like T-Mobile or whatever mobile operators you have in your country. But they provide services under their name, under their brand, and get money from the end users. So let's consider some examples. Like what kind of examples of the MVNOs you may have heard about. First example is Leica Mobile. Leica Mobile is quite famous MVNO in Europe. For instance, this company mostly targets migrant workers. For example, there are many Eastern European people from Poland working in different countries, like people from Poland move to Germany and work in Germany. And in Poland, they have parents, and parents want to call their children from a mobile phone. And it's like a mobile operator. They offer free calls between like a mobile SIM cards. For instance, one person can buy a SIM card in Poland. Another person may get a like a mobile SIM card in Germany. And this operator, this virtual mobile operator, provides free calls between SIM cards in different countries. So people can call from Poland to Germany and from Germany to Poland for free, right? And this is good for migrant workers to be in touch with the family. It provides a convenient way for parents to call their children without any OTT apps, without any complex way of communication, right? And the second example is Travel SIM. So Travel SIM is based on the Estonian mobile operators. It provides a way to get cheap or inexpensive services abroad. For instance, inexpensive data abroad or inexpensive calls abroad. So this is also quite famous mobile operator. So it targets travelers, people who want to have cheap communication abroad. Okay. So now let's consider the end users. So who are the end users? Anyone can be an end user for the virtual mobile operator. Anyone who uses mobile phone can become an end user. Mostly it is about consumers or businesses. Businesses also like inexpensive communication. They also want to decrease the price tag for the services. And in the previous years, fastest growing segments were travelers and low cost niche, like migrant workers, students, maybe retirees. So these were top market for launching or for targeting virtual mobile operator. All right, so what actually differentiates virtual operators and what makes them so good for the end users. So why would end users buy from a virtual operator rather than a traditional operator? So first of all, it is about the price tag. So virtual operators usually offer more efficient services or services with a lower price tag. The services may be bundled or consolidated with some other stuff or some other offers. So also these virtual operators can provide services which normal MNOs do not provide. It may be some know-how from the virtual operator, so it may be just some service which MNOs think as expensive or inefficient. So if you think about some inefficiency, or if you think that your local network operators do not provide, you can consider it as an advantage and turn it into the successful service. And also they may provide a better customer support, because nowadays mobile operators they sometimes close call centers, they turn all the communication through the app, and it may not be convenient for some end users, right? So you can provide a better customer support, for instance, and win your end users in this way. So let's have a look at the switch, like how the switch from a regular mobile operator to the virtual operator happens. Usually it is supported by the mobile portability, by the mobile network portability laws, which allow transferring a mobile number from one operator to another. So that's how usually end users switch the network operators while having their phone numbers kept. So if your country has number portability laws, it greatly supports the possibility to switch between operators, and for instance to switch from a normal operator to a virtual operator. Let's also speak about this traveling segment. So in the traveling segment, people just need to buy a new SIM card. So they need their phone to be able to work with two different SIM cards. One may be a regular SIM card, another one may be an eSIM. So both SIM cards will need to work together for the traveling community to be able to use mobile operators. But the good news is that most phones already support this dual SIM. It may be a normal SIM plus a SIM, so it's not a problem, right? Let's now speak about the typical virtual operator. What kind of business it may be. So we've seen examples with just 4 employees. So it's very small, but because they do not need any radio access or complex mobile core, it may be even a small company may become a virtual operator, or a service provider, or a reseller of mobile services. And as the business grows, they also grow in size and may become of a size of a normal operators. So the departments, usually key departments, are sales, marketing, delivery, technical support, and maybe even some software development for maybe mobile apps or integrations or self-care. What is important for these operators, they can do it. So if we speak about different types of MVNOs or virtual operators, the first one and most likely the easiest one is just a reseller or thin MVNO. Thin MVNO, they have only sales and marketing. So this thin MVNO is just a sales and marketing channel for the traditional MNO. they may sell the services under their own brand, but everything is fulfilled, is provided by the MNO, even customer care, even billing, configuration of the products, of the tariffs. This is just a marketing channel for the traditional MNO, right? The more important and more interesting type of the virtual operator is service provider. So the service provider, they have their own customer care, they have their own billing. So this part actually makes them different from the MVNO. So they may produce their own packages, they may produce their own products, and they can decide how much something will cost. So with this billing part, they can configure the products and services, and this makes them a differentiator from this reseller part. In the reseller, you normally can't come to the MVNO and say, hey, my 2 GB package will cost like this. MNO will say no. And for service providers, it's no problem. They just go to the billing system and configure 2 GB package for $3, right? The enhanced service provider is the next line. Enhanced service provider, they have their apps and services. I can give you an example. Like our Norwegian client made a mobile application for the business that ran as a mobile office. Users could work from home remotely, use the mobile phone instead of a traditional phone or some IP phone. So using mobile phone, for instance, when an employee calls, employee from a sales department calls a client, this system substituted the call-in number, and the call was from the sales department number. So their features, apps like mobile-centric apps or mobile PBX apps made them different from the service providers and turned them into enhanced service providers. So they had their own apps and services, differentiating from the mobile network operator, which didn't have such services or didn't have such apps. Okay. And the next line is the full infrastructure MVNO. So it's MVNOs having their own mobile core network elements. This is more expensive because you need to invest into the mobile core, you need to buy some network core elements, but this investment comes with the flexibility. So you can set up your network core element without the need to consult with the MNO. So you can do it on your own, and this makes your business even more flexible in terms of products, in terms of tariffs, in terms of how to market your services and so on. So great flexibility, but comes at the cost of buying and maintaining some core network elements. So if we speak about the market, most likely new MVNOs will be focused on these two parts, either starting as reseller or starting as the service provider, like thin models mostly. So if you're looking forward to launch an MVNO, most likely you'll be dealing with these levels of engagement. Okay. So the next one is how MVNOs normally build the revenue. So they may try to decrease the costs. So they may engage MNO and use some risky models, for instance, postpaid billing, repackage as a prepaid billing, install all own VoIP gateways to decrease the costs of international calls, or maybe some other voice calls, like this, like a mobile, where they called from one country to another for free, like, and they increase the revenues by connecting, for instance, to some internal networks, to private resources, to using alternative network channels or alternative vendors or alternative providers of the services, for instance, internet providers. Or also they may resell some packages from the other providers or from the other third-party services, like reselling MS Teams to business users. Is also a way to increase the revenue, to get more from the subscribers. So most likely, the successful MVNO is all about growing the subscriber base while minimizing the expenses, the cost, and improving the subscriber satisfaction, so that your subscribers really like your service and like what you provide them with. When we look at the map of the world, you can see that some countries are the leaders in the number of the MVNOs and service providers. So there are lots of the MVNOs in the USA, a lot of MVNOs in Germany, in the Central European region, in Australia, and in Japan. So what makes these countries different? Antitrust laws make these countries different. So in the countries with developed antitrust laws, it is more likely to be the legislation ready for launching mobile service providers or MVNOs. So most likely these countries will continue to be in the top list for launching virtual mobile operators. So if you are from one of these countries, or if you have business interest in these countries, most likely you will be able to launch an MVNO quite fast because everything is already there. But you will face some competition. And in some countries where MVNOs are not that popular yet, maybe there is no legislation supporting different operators launching MVNO. But still, you can check, you can get in touch with the network operators and find out whether they have ability to launch an MVNO on their network, right? And now a slide about us. So we at PortaOne have over 400 customers worldwide, so who are communication service provider, mobile network operators, virtual operators, CSPs, ITSPs, ISPs, and so on. So that's why we guarantee that our solution provides building blocks to easily integrate into most of the mobile networks. Our core is highly adaptable, so we can provide you with a billing system, with switching equipment to integrate and become a service provider or MVNO. And our solutions have a great value, so that's for sure. You can get in touch with us and discover how we can help you with launching an MVNO. In a nutshell, so all this, all the integration and all the information flows between the virtual operator and the normal mobile operator is like this. So virtual mobile operator and MVNO needs to notify the mobile operator about who signed up recently, like which SIM card to activate, which SIM card to make active. Okay. The next information flow is about the subscriber, like what kind of bundle, tariff plan, product this subscriber has got. Okay, so it is done through the APIs, through some automated machine-to-machine communication. So it's not something that you need to call provider to call your MVNO. So it's done automatically through the provisioning framework, through the APIs in a modern way. And then after the subscriber is active, after the SIM card is ready and subscriber enjoys the service, the mobile operator provides information about which which calls were made, what kind of internet usage has been in place by the subscriber, so that the virtual operator can bill the subscriber correctly, so that the virtual operator can charge for the quota consumed or for the megabytes or gigabytes consumed, and provide the invoice or provide the information about how much was used. As simple as that. Some information is going to MNO, some information is going back. And as a result, virtual operator can bill the subscriber and monetize the service. That's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. And you'll be able to launch a virtual operator in your country with or without our help. So when people ask me, like, Oleg, what do you do for a living? I answer like, I work in a company that makes communication services cheaper and for a better quality. Therefore, if we join our efforts, virtual operators will appear all over the world and will provide very good, very reliable and cool services to people for a very little money. So thank you very much for watching, and let's launch some virtual operators together.